He was told he would never make it, kicked out of drama school, rejected at auditions, dismissed as not good enough. Yet somehow he went from complete obscurity to becoming one of the most unforgettable faces on one of the biggest shows in the world. But here's the twist: after skyrocketing to fame, he suddenly vanished, leaving fans asking what really happened to Dacre Montgomery. Did Hollywood turn its back on him, or is he quietly planning something that could shock everyone? Dacre Montgomery is one of those rare actors who seemed to appear overnight. The Australian born star did not just arrive in Hollywood. He exploded onto the scene, instantly becoming a fan favorite and leaving people wondering how someone so new could make such a powerful impact. But behind the spotlight, his story is one of rejection, struggle, and determination that even his biggest fans might not know. When audiences first saw him in Stranger Things as Billy Hargrove, he was not just another new cast member. He was unforgettable. The kind of character you loved to hate. His performance was so magnetic that people immediately wanted to know more. Who was this actor? Where did he come from? And how did he channel such raw intensity? Decker's journey begins far from the flashing lights of Hollywood. Growing up in Australia, he was not the popular kid. He did not fit in at school, was not athletic, and often felt like an outsider. While others mocked his dream of becoming an actor, he held on to it quietly. But even in acting, he faced rejection. Teachers doubted him, auditions went badly, and eventually he was kicked out of drama school. Imagine that the very place he believed would launch his career told him he was not good enough. Most people would have quit. Decker did not. Instead, he worked on himself with an almost obsessive drive. He transformed his lifestyle, trained relentlessly, and began creating short films to sharpen his craft. Slowly, he built a version of himself that no one could ignore, and then came the audition that would open the door. In 2017, Decker landed the role of the Red Ranger in Power Rangers. It was not a massive hit, but it put his name out there. Hollywood noticed him, but he knew he needed more. Then came the call that would change everything: an audition for Stranger Things. By the time he joined in season 2, the show was already a global phenomenon. Playing Billy was a gamble. He was not the hero. He was aggressive, complicated, and deeply unlikable. But that was Decker's strength. He brought liars to Billy, making viewers hate him yet still want to understand him. It was the role that turned him from a newcomer into one of the most talked about actors in the world. Off screen, though, Decker was nothing like Billy. While his character was loud and intimidating, Decker was thoughtful and creative. He wrote poetry, explored directing, and even launched a podcast where he shared his work, surprising fans who only knew him as the villain of Stranger Things. Suddenly, people saw another side of him, not just an actor, but an artist. But here's where the mystery begins. What happens when your breakout role is so iconic that people cannot see you as anything else? That's the challenge Decker now faces. Hollywood loves to box actors into one type, and for someone as versatile as him, that can feel suffocating. So instead of taking every role thrown at him, Decker stepped back. He became selective, quite almost invisible in an industry that thrives on constant exposure. Fans began to wonder, where did he go? Why was not he everywhere like other rising stars? In a world where fame can fade overnight, stepping away can be dangerous. Yet maybe that's his tragedy. Maybe Dacre Montgomery knows something others don't. Maybe he understands that true stars are not the ones who appear everywhere, but the ones who make you wait, the ones who leave you wanting more. And that's exactly where he is now. Fans are waiting, guessing, speculating about what his next move will be. Will he return in another blockbuster's role? Will he surprise everyone by stepping behind the camera instead of in front of it? Or is he preparing for something even bigger? Something no one sees coming? One thing is certain, Dacre Montgomery is not finished. His story is still being written. He is the actor who turned rejection into fuel, the outsider who forced his way into Hollywood, and the artist who refuses to be predictable. And when he finally returns, it might just be in a role that reminds everyone why he stood out in the first place. The only question now is how much longer will he keep us waiting?